Spiral, dial. Sci-fi with a soundscape.
Jessica was everywhere, in everything, all at once. Earth. She was finally connected to the Earth. Information flooded through her. A sense of the place she felt the tiniest insult to every molecule as part of her own being. She had to make the most of it. It looked like it was audit time. The impact on the hull of the great ship's spiral dial, the pain of each displaced mineral cast into the void of the ocean. She felt the submerged remnants of society stretching out beneath the ground. It was a society she recognized. For the ship had run aground on the Shard, at the very centre of London, near London Bridge Station. She could feel the tip of the tower embedding itself deep into the ship's stern. Her spirit extended itself reflexively through the shell of the Shard's elongated pyramid and into the ground itself. In the ground, there were people. A vast space extended beneath the city, more vast than she could ever have imagined. A network of subterranean offices housing the great and the good, everyone considered worth saving. Hundreds of people crammed in, glued to their computers, pressing buttons, watching screens filled with endless machinery. It reminded her of Tetris, except instead of easily interlocking rectangles, all of the objects on the screen were spherical. They looked like bubbles. Could people have discovered the subterranean world? No. These bubbles were surrounded by a dark fluid. Could they be underwater? Underwater. She hovered for a moment, within the wall behind one of the operatives. Yes, underwater bubbles. Bubbles floating free through the sea, each one containing several people, but framed by a metallic skeleton. She watched them, fascinated by the currents of movement. It reminded her of her own experience within the earth. So, was this how people lived these days? Floating freely beneath the surface of the sea. Her peaceful visions didn't last long. A siren sounding shattered the calm of the subterranean building. Everyone sprang into motion at once. Those on computers jumped to their feet. Those not on computers huddled around a computer, but no one appeared to be actually operating the computers anymore. Panic reigned supreme. A vast shadow fell on each and every screen, descending on the bubbles, casting them into darkness. It was followed by a flash of light, spread across the screens, creating a magnificent array of sparkling baubles. The panicked movements of the occupants did them no Good. As the light passed over them, each bubble was compressed into a point as if by some enormous pressure. Then darkness. Jessica scanned the screens. Only the ocean remained. The bubbles had simply ceased to exist. The computer watchers sat very still, growing horror in their eyes. A chill ran down Jessica's spine. How could this be? Did an enemy cause this horror? Or the earth itself? She must listen and find out. Before she could take it all in, she felt another shudder running through her. Her extended body felt the ship shaking, rocking from side to side. Spiral, dial. The ship must be trying to free itself, she thought. Her connection would not last long. She must make the most of it while it lasted. She tore her way herself from the traumatized subterranean operators in London and moved through the earth as fast as she could, from London to Paris, from Paris to Milan, from Milan to Athens, from Athens to Cyprus, from Cyprus to Tel Aviv. Everywhere, people trapped underground, in their emergency bunkers. Everywhere, people crowded around their screens. Images of bubbles, images of people, images of flashes of light. But not all of them sat behind computers. Some appeared to be held against their will. Prisoners in chains rotted in deep dungeons, their bodies emaciated, a shocking sight. Around the earth, Jessica travelled, sticking to the surface as much as she could. As she travelled, she heard murmurings beneath her, movement in the mantle, echoes of talk of the dust people, and wondered what the minerals made of the happenings above them. Before she could descend to find out, she felt her very being stretched so hard that she felt she would be ripped into two parts, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. The ship was trying to free itself. She did not feel physically embodied in the earth. Her connection was as yet weak, diluted by the cloud and the ship and the tower. She could feel her physical body still up in the sky. Who knew what would happen if that connection broke? She must get back, and quickly. Jessica drew her essence in. She travelled back through subterranean London, where operatives still crowded over computer screens, some shouting, others looking on in horror. She did not have the time to listen to their words. She could feel the link becoming more tenuous with every second. Back through London she travelled, but her movement through the earth seemed to slow further and further, the more the connection waned. Fear flooded through her. What would happen if she became trapped here? Half her essence in the earth and half on the cloud. She had a strong feeling that the result would not be good. She pushed on, forcing herself to go as fast as possible, but it was like moving through treacle. The earth enveloped her. Sink into me, it called. Become one with me. Her will faded, becoming fainter and fainter. She was one with the earth. She knew she must push on. She was going somewhere, but she could not remember where or why. Her purpose was lost to her completely. Only the earth remained. Only the earth. She was one with the earth. Crack! A shock ran through her, threatening the very integrity of her being. The shard had cracked. Quicker than lightning, she felt herself pulled somehow, conducted through the one remaining side of the shard and back into the cloud. Chaos enfolded her. She was part of a raging maelstrom. Spinning from one side to the other, she rose through the storm which loomed dark, darker than the blackest night. This way, then that way, rising inexorably, as if she had been launched from a giant catapult or popped lopsidedly from a bottle of champagne. Up and up she travelled until she found herself floating free. Momentum dropped. She found herself supported only by air. There was no cloud here. Gravity could do its worst. She was done praying, and she resigned herself to her fate.